Hello again. Welcome back to the third and final segment of our mandatory Beaver Ridge Campground training. We are almost done. Let's finish up with some safety reminders, and then we'll conclude with some general guidelines for cleaning up and checking out. First thing you should know, there are no fireworks allowed on church property, and definitely no firearms allowed. We don't allow four-wheelers or all-terrain vehicles at the property. You might see that the camp hosts are allowed to use those, but we do not allow campers to bring them up for recreational use. Please do not bring any pets from home, no dogs or other small animals, please. They have a tendency to attract the kind of wildlife you do not want to encounter at our campground. There is a provision for certified service animals only. These are church headquarters rules. Next, I'd like to cover a few safety rules that I've alluded to in previous slides regarding the storage sheds and the storage pods and food safety. Whenever we talk about the question of whether or not we've seen any bears at Beaver Ridge Campground, it always brings us to the conversation about food safety. There are some guidelines that I've received from the Division of Wildlife Services regarding how to protect yourselves and your campers from the invasion of wildlife, such as bears, by taking good care of your food at night. They recommend either locking it up in bear-proof containers or trunks, or putting it in your vehicles overnight. And by always cleaning up after your meals at your campsites and not leaving sticky traces of food like marshmallow out around your campfires. Try to stress to your campers that having food, candy, treats in the tents overnight is hazardous. You can also use the sheds and pods that we have available at the campground for overnight food storage. Take advantage of these two handouts from the Division of Wildlife Services and read up on their other recommendations on how to keep yourself safe through the summer. The next slide is our advice about the pond at the West Campground and water and storms in general. This specifically, though, refers to campers at the West Campground because that pond, that beaver pond, does exist at the entrance of that West Campground. But we no longer advise being able to use that pond as it is contaminated and it's unsafe. Please advise your group to stay away from the water on that property. We have plans to do some improvements with that water on the property in the near future, so bear with us as we take care of that problem. Thank you. Now let's discuss safety around taking hikes. Always stay together in groups of 2 or more at all times while you're hiking or camping, really. Be sure and stay on either roads or the trails that we've cleared and the paths that we've worked to try and keep cleared for you. Register your intent to hike with leaders and indicate a time that they should expect you to return. While you're in secluded areas in heavy brush or trees, always make noise while you're walking. Talking with each other, singing songs, or even just having a stick that you can bang on rocks will help alert the wildlife around you that you're approaching, and it gives them time to escape. The last safety rule: please carry phones for emergency use and always remember to try and keep them charged. Now on to clean up and check out. Here are some guidelines on cleaning up and checking out. As we conclude this last module of our training, I do want to inform you that we are in the middle of hopefully arranging for a couple or even 2 couples to work as camp hosts this year at our campground. We're so thrilled about doing that, as it's so helpful when we have camp hosts to help you check out. We welcome any of you that are ever interested in serving at our campground in future years. It is considered a church service mission. Please contact us if you're ever interested in doing that. This training provides a checklist as if you are the only one around and you're responsible for your own checkout. And then in the end, if there is any questions or problems, the camp manager will just call and contact you to follow up with you. This is a sample of some of the items that are written on the camp checkout list that I provide as a handout for you to print out, take it with you camping, have it available to use on that last day when you're leaving, so that you can just read through this checklist and check it off and make sure you've done everything. Now you'll notice down at the bottom of this form is a handy little box that we've left for you that acts as a nice place to make a note for yourself in case you need to remember to contact the camp manager or let him know of any damage that you encountered or something you want to report that happened while you were there, or of any repairs that might be needed. We already talked about cleaning up the trash. So this is just a reminder to please haul out all of your trash and dispose of it in your own local neighborhoods and not to use stagecoach estates. This is the end of the mandatory camp training. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. The 2-page map with gate codes and lockbox codes will be provided to you. Thank you for your time and attendance. If you're here in person, stay tuned and we'll have some question and answer time. Thank you.